You're watching Sports Final.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sports Final for this, the first Friday in October, and do not adjust your sets. You're about to witness a football Friday without the one and only Chris Dewar. He's in California right now, sunny California, enjoying some family time this weekend for a wedding, but knowing him, I'm sure he's probably skipped out and is trying to take in some sort of high school football out on the West Coast. Nevertheless, we have you covered for a big Friday night as Quincy High looks to put another one in the win column at home over Galesburg, and things get a little more tense for bubble teams throughout the land of Lincoln. But in the Show Me State, districts are right around the corner, and any tune-ups teams may need have to come tonight. And we start with our KHQA Subway Game of the Week. Centralia taking on Monroe City. Monroe City thinking pink for some breast cancer awareness. However, though, Centralia in the early goings, Dax Dollins, the quarterback, is met after a small gain by Cody Carr. The Monroe City run defense trying to step up big. Panthers turn to Colin Ralphs, the Centralia Panthers, that is, and he's able to pick up the first down. Centralia really grinding it out on this possession, but Ralphs is stopped by Monroe's Caleb Sharp. Monroe D still looking good, but Centralia is just chipping away, and the drive ends with Dollins with this 5-yard touchdown run and a great leap into the end zone, and Centralia goes up 7-0 at that point. Unfortunately for for Monroe in the early going, the offense, nothing happening. Shane Williams is stopped by Jacob Hockman. Monroe is forced to punt, and then Dollins with another run to put the Panthers in good field position and into the red zone, in fact. And in the second quarter, Jesse Arnold is able to finish this drive with this 4-yard touchdown run. That puts Centralia up by a score of 14-0. They would go on to win, and Monroe City falls to 4-3 on the year. They fall by a final score of 42-23. Good news for one Monroe City person, though, Russell Flick. He is our qualifier for a grill and meat bundle, courtesy of the Butcher Block. This, of course, we're giving away at the end of the regular season, so tune in at the end of the year and try and figure out who the winner is. Let's head on over to Flynn Stadium, where Quincy High is taking on a very tough Galesburg squad, and a rough first half. Mike Davis, though, powers his way on the ground right here for a first down. Not a bad showing in the early going from Quincy High on this run, at least. However, things would be moving pretty slowly for QHS. D'Angelo Dean, though, defensively stepping up with a big tackle for loss. He's been so good at that just all year. The QHS defense swarms to the ball once more right here, though. First half troubles, though, still plagued the Devils in some way here as Galesburg is able to rip off a 30-yard touchdown catch right here. Galesburg takes an early lead on Quincy High, but a huge second half as they're wrapping things up right now at Flynn Stadium, has Quincy High leading by a score of 30-14. You'll, of course, get your final from this game on our website. Also, tried to bring you highlights from this, but apologies for not having any. But Quincy Notre Dame, the 4th-ranked team in the state, is victorious in a big way over Peoria Manual by a score of 31-0. Good news for Bill Cannell's team as they are going to the playoffs now as they improve to 6-1 on the year. Let's take you over to the WIVC, where Tom Little and Brown County are paying a visit to Unity Payson. Unity still looking for a big win against one of the big three in the WIVC. Engage Klitz helping the cause with the long run in the early going. This puts the Mustangs in great field position. However, the Hornet defense steps up huge. They stuff the Mustangs right here on 4th and goal and are able to take over. And that's where Alex Shepard is able to take over. Check out the nice run, just shoving defenders out of the way. Not bad at all, just pushing them through. He had 60 yards and a touchdown on the night. But the night, for Brown County at least, running backs we're talking, that would belong to Rick Logston as he plunges in from a yard out, and he still wouldn't be done. He had actually had 189 yards on the ground, and he adds another touchdown right here, 3 touchdowns. Kyle Vandermaiden of Unity Payson with 84 yards and 2 scores. However, it is not enough in the end as Brown County a big winner by a score of 35-13. Elsewhere in the WIVC, big news for West Central with a huge win over Carrollton. They've had this game circled on their calendars for some time now, and things are looking good for West Central now. They're in prime position to get into the playoffs, still with a couple games left, though. Need to play out those few games, but still very much in the driver's seat, too, as far as the WIVC South is concerned. Good news for Pleasant Hill as well, as they are a 20-6 winner over Greenfield, thanks in large part to Matt Gunterman, the All-State quarterback, back at it again. How about some West Central Conference action? Monmouth-Roseville taking on Camp Point Central Southeastern, but we can show you some Hannibal Helias in the early going right now. In the first half, Helias is working fresh off a Hannibal touchdown, and that's a 10-yard run for the Crusaders for the first down. Then on third down, the Crusaders are able to convert again, this time to keep the drive alive However, the run game just going nowhere. Check out the big hit by Hannibal's Grant Taylor. Maybe fraternity of pain worthy. He's able to stop Elias in his tracks. And then on third down, it's Elijah Harrison. Check out the pass defense. Great breakup in the end zone. That forces a field goal attempt for Elias, and this try from 31 yards out is actually no good, and Hannibal goes into the locker room at the half, leading by a score of 7-3. First possession out. Hannibal about to go 3 and out. Not so fast, though. Dalton Powell was able to hit Connor Brown, and he turns on the Jets. Look at Connor Brown showing off the speed. He is gone, goes 66 yards for the score. Hannibal goes up 14-3 at that point. They go on to win by a final score of 28-10. We will try and get you to the scoreboard right now as we can tell you no score yet from Jacksonville and SHG. Jacksonville usually able to handle their own against SHG in the playoffs, not so much in the regular season, but that's all right. Beardstown with a huge win over Farmington, 12-7. They are looking to get on the right side of the bubble. Tough night for BPCA as they fall to Abingdon by a score of 26-20. And finally, Knoxville falls at the hands of Knoxville tops Rushville Industry by a final score there of 14-6. What else do we have for you? The Macon Tigers, the number 1 ranked team in the land in the Clarence Cannon Conference showdown against the Palmyra Panthers. Macon at home, though, and they play like they're at home right here. Macon's Dylan Perrin with the completion for the first down. Big night for all Macon Tigers involved, as usual for them, though. Great blocking right here to pave the way for Tyquan Kelly, and Mr. Kelly is gone. They thought that he was a little bit hobbled because of an injury sustained earlier in the year. What injury right there? Kelly burst through for the score, and Macon is up on the board first. The Palmyra offense with some tough luck right here. Big interception here by Jacoby Preston. Big return by Mr. Preston as well. Macon in good field position right now, and Dylan Perrin, the great quarterback, has some good wheels as well as he's able to run out of bounds right here for the first down. And then later he'd go to the air while in the red zone to hit Joseph Flowers, and Flowers finds the end zone as well. Macon will probably stay number 1 as they still stay unbeaten. They improved to 7-0 with a big win over Palmyra by a score of 33-0. Let's take you to Camp Point now, where Central Southeastern is taking on Monmouth Roseville. In the early going, Monroe's driving, but Dalton Hubner is able to come up with the interception to thwart the drive and give the ball over to Central Southeastern, and that would be good as you see Austin Dormeyer taking the handoff for the Panthers. Kind of helps them chip away on the ground, which is the Panther way. That all just helps set up the give, though, to Garrett Kessner. Kessner only 34 yards on the ground, but it's all right because he has a lot of them right here on his touchdown run. And Central Southeastern goes up by a score of 7-0 early. Monmouth Roseville strikes back, though. Martell Hunter, the big Monmouth back, only with 52 yards on the ground. However, he's able to haul in this touchdown catch, and Monroe's still hanging around the team that's trying to win its first conference championship in school history tonight. Brad Dixon gets serious, and Monroe's driving again. Dalton Hubner, the big pick, and the even bigger return. This goes 33 yards the other way for the score. Central Southeastern goes up and doesn't look back. Central Southeastern wins its first conference championship in school history. Nathan Knuffman also with 125 yards and a touchdown as the Panthers win by a score of 20-12. Also on the docket tonight, the Macomb Bombers looking forward to their homecoming game against Pittsfield-Griggsville Perry, and in the early going, it's Brett Taylor meets Pittsfield right in the backfield for the loss. And if you're talking Macomb's backfield, it usually starts the conversation with Chris Jackson. He has a nice gain to move the chains. Oh, Chris Jackson looking very talented on this one. Tyler LaFortune, though, pretty talented back for the Bombers as well. This is a 25-yard touchdown run, and the Bombers strike first. More Brett Taylor, though, able to sniff out this QB draw, and great tackle right at the shoelaces. Pittsfield defense just helpless, it seems, against Chris Jackson, except for right here where they take him down for the loss. In the end, though, Macomb would be having the last laugh, and they get the big homecoming win by a final score of 28-12. Hey, how about Illini West doing a little work against West Hancock with a halftime lead? They go on to start the second half. Colin Dooley is able to hit Colby Shilson for a first down, though. West Hancock still working at it. A little trickery as Maverick McCarty takes the draw. Nice gain for the Titans right there. However, that drive would stall, and Caden Guyman is able to take down the screen pass, or take away the threat of the screen pass, rather, for the Chargers. Not too bad. West Hancock still working at it, but Braxton Squire and Spencer Kirkenschlager combined for the quarterback sack. That's good stuff from the Illini West defense. Then the D puts on the pressure some more with another sack. We mentioned Caden Guyman. He also had 202 yards on the ground and a touchdown as well. Good stuff from Illini West as they look to win out to try and make the playoffs. They win by a score of 24-8. Clark County taking on Mark Twain, and in the early going, Seth Williams on the nice rollout. He'll hit Matt Loader, and then it's more Williams, this time hands to Bryce Budrew, fooling both Mark Twain and our trusty cameraman. But good gain right here for Bryce, and good stuff from Bryce. Mark Twain on the offensive take. Jackson Robertson runs for some nice yardage right here. However, the Tigers would have their hands full against the very talented Clark County squad. Robertson again is able to move the chains, but Clark's D is able to just hold up really big in this one, and Clark County is able to go on to victory right here pretty easily over the Mark Twain Tigers. Some other scores for you in the Clarence Cannon Conference. South Shelby with a big win over Highland in a thrilling game. They win by a final score of 34-32. Brookfield is getting ready for the District of Doom as Macon, Centralia, Brookfield all set to play each other in the season's final 3 weeks rather. They get a tune-up win over Louisiana by a score of 47-0. In the Tri-Rivers, Milan stays unbeaten, thwarting Knox County 41-6. No score yet from Scotland County and North Shelby. That'll be up on our website, of course. And it's Bowling Green with a big homecoming win over Van Far. They win by a score of 27-0. Mr. Roth of Keokuk, a little bit hobbled, a little bit hurt, so Trevor Roth and the Keokuk Chiefs fall to a very tough Pella squad. Your final score there, 40-14. Let's do some softball. Class 1 District 11 Championship. The Knox County Lady Eagles, they were unbeaten for a long time this year, trying to get things together against Brashear. Knox pitcher Rachel Poston enjoying some strong defense throughout the year. Is the beneficiary of some great defense there. Knox made some noise starting with this double right here in the bottom of the first inning. However, Sierra Hines, the Brashear pitcher, very talented. She's able to pitch out of this jam with plenty of strikeouts, and it's actually Knox County who goes on to fall to Brashear, and Knox's season comes to a close. They lose by a final score of 6-0 in the district final. Some soccer scores for you from today. Connor Reese and Luke Mayfield each score, and that helps out Normal Community, or that helps them take down Normal Community rather to a 2-0 win. QND's final soccer game at home tomorrow at 12:30. Hannibal Pirates improved to 10-10 on the year. They take down Troy in penalty kicks. They win by a score of 1-1. The Cardinals also advancing to the NLCS. They take down the Phillies. They'll face the Brewers. Tough rivalry there.